What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Brotech Gaming Podcast. As always, you're here with me, Sean, and my homie Carlos right here. So another week, we're gonna get into some news for you guys on this episode because there is a lot of stuff that dropped this week that I felt like we just couldn't wait on. So without further ado, we'll get into it. But Carlos, how you been, man? Let's do some catching up. What have you been up to?
I've been good, man. Just following these Lakers. Dude, I was so hyped that they beat Golden State, and then they just fucking flopped with the Nuggets, 0-3 in the Western Conference Finals, man. Sad vibes all weekend. I know this episode's coming out Monday, so Monday night they have probably the last game. I kind of feel like they're gonna get swept. So
Yeah, I mean, no teams come back from an 0-3, so I mean, the Lakers could be the first team. They could make history, right?
I hope so. I mean,
You
that's the
you
plan.
can't write a better script than that.
I hope so, man. I kind of just want one right now, just to say that we won one game.
Yeah, that's pretty sad. Sorry to hear, man. Sorry to hear about your Lakers, bro.
It's all right, man. We also got the Dodgers playing St. Louis. St. Louis is like a last place team, and they're kind of struggling against them. We got the rubber match today, which they're currently losing. So I think we're probably gonna lose 3 out of 4 games on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
kind of feel like our pitching is kind of needs help, just because a couple of our pitchers are hurt, waiting for some pitchers to come back. But I feel like our lineup is good. We're just because we're putting up runs, we're just giving up too much runs.
Yeah, gotcha. I haven't been able to follow my Yankees as much as I want. I've been following the scores. Like we basically got like our butts kicked royally by the Rays like several weeks ago. And then we've been kind of like trending like upward. Like we were around like 500, and then we've been like winning more games. So we kind of just like ran through Oakland, Cleveland. We did pretty good against the Blue Jays. We're playing the Reds right now, so I think we're two, maybe 2 games. I think we beat the Reds in like 2 straight games now. So I think we're trending up again. So it seems like everybody's kind of like waking up. But otherwise, every time we play what are they? What are they? The team that we keep losing to.
The
Uh,
Rays.
the Rays, yeah. Every time we play the Rays, we just can't do it, man. They're a little beefy this year. So that's my baseball input.
Yeah. Yeah, so nothing much for football. We got the off season. I know your quarterback left, my quarterback left.
I
Um
don't even want to talk about it yet. It's still sinking in. Still going through withdrawals. So
yeah, well, I could talk about my team. So the Raiders, we got Jimmy G for some reason. And Miggy's a 49er fan, so I kind of asked him about his quarterback, well his ex quarterback now.
hmm
And I guess he said that he was pretty good. He's just like injury prone,
yeah,
which
yeah,
kind of sucks, man, because I feel like Derek Carr was really good. The only issue with Derek Carr wasn't actually him. It was just he had so many coaches, he had so many offensive coordinators. They just never had time to like stick and come up with like a solid play that was gonna last for like 2 or 3 years. It was
hmm
always like one year somebody was in, another year somebody was out. So just not enough consistency for him, and I feel bad for him, man. But I feel like he's gonna do really good on the Saints.
Well, he was kind of in the same like in the same boat too, in the sense that he was very injury prone. Like I felt like he would have like a leg injury or something like every other season, and I know it was like tough on him just recovery wise. I felt like he had a lot of downtime just because of the injuries. So otherwise, I always liked Derek Carr. I thought he was a good quarterback. It's kind of crazy how everything's sort of like shifting this year with like all those loyalty players that are just moving around. Like Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets is like something I don't know how I'm mentally gonna adjust to, but it is what it is, man. Like you gotta life moves on. You gotta play football. I get it.
Do you feel like he's kind of following Brett Favre's footsteps? Because didn't Brett Favre go to the Jets and then he went to the Vikings?
Yeah, man, I hope it doesn't end up being that way. Like, I don't know why he settled on New York of all places because they kept on, talking about how Aaron Rodgers is such a California boy. So I thought he was going to end up on a California team or someplace warm. But like upstate New York's not exactly like warm weather, it's not that much different from Wisconsin. So I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see how he does. Like I want him to do well, by all means. But it's just a weird move. I don't know why he picked New York of all places. Like I don't even think they have that much to offer really as far as offense goes. Um, I'm just happy that Zach Wilson will just shut up now because he'll actually have a quarterback that he has to contend with instead of Zach Wilson thinking he's some kind of like badass prodigy out of freaking BYU or Utah, wherever the heck he's from.
All right, all right. Um, yeah, I haven't really looked at the roster, so I'm not really
I
too
got
familiar with
personal. I
other.
got personal real fast. All right.
It's just
Besides that, yeah. Besides that, what else have you been into?
besides that, man. Nothing else really, man. But we can get into the games. So I recently downloaded Death Stranding, which is actually free on the Epic Store. I think it's good for up to like a week or two, something like that.
I think the 25th is actually when it ends. So you've got until the 25th to download your free copy of Death Stranding
Yeah.
on PC,
So
of
yes,
course.
yeah. So this episode is gonna come out on the 22nd. So you have till the 25th. So as soon as you guys hear this, jump onto it. Get it before it's gone. There's also another game, The Division 2 on the Epic Store. I tried downloading it because it's free this past weekend. So it won't be free by the time this one comes out. But the game is only $5 on the Epic Store. So either way, it's still a good deal. It's just if you like shooting bosses that take over like 1,000 bullets, if that's something up your alley, then go ahead and jump on that. But it does have like PVE, it does have PvP. It does have like a dark zone that you can go in there and you can kind of turn on your team and um, it's just stuff like that. The first game was really fun. I really enjoyed it. I remember putting a lot of hours into it. I never touched the second one, but now that it's $5, I think I am gonna jump into it just to play something to kill time.
Yeah, I think I actually owned Division 2 when it was I think it was actually free on PlayStation Plus like a few years ago, which I might have actually like bought it on PlayStation Plus, so maybe I'll give it a try. I just got too many games to play as is. I found out that I had a free download for Battlefield 2042. So not gonna lie, I actually played that the last couple nights, and it's been fun compared to me getting pissed off at Apex Legends. So I'm having more fun with Battlefield than Apex because Apex is really pissing me off right now. So it's always good to get some free games out there to help alleviate some of that stress.
Yeah. So speaking of Apex, I actually haven't played the new season yet. Have you tried it out? Like ranked play or just pubs?
Ranked. I've been playing ranked, and they completely reworked the rank system. So you have match points now. You don't get RP. And what's really stupid about it is they reworked the rank, but they also reworked the skill-based matchmaking. So instead of being matched up with people that are in a similar rank as you, you're being matched up with people that are in a similar skill set as you. But if you're playing from the beginning, which is still in like bronze or rookie, you're basically sweating your ass off playing bronze or rookie with people of similar skill set, win or lose. I've been stuck in rookie 2 for like 3 hours, and it's annoying, dude, because the players I'm playing against are not they're not low level type players. Like they're pretty skillful players, and it's very frustrating. Even rookie, there is a fee now too. So no matter what rank you're in, it's 35 points of an entry fee. So even in like the lowest rank, you're still losing RP if you got like shitty squad that just wants to like dive like hot dive at the beginning and just get like wrecked by 5 teams. So it's not fun right now. I will say that.
Damn. Do you feel like people are smurfing then?
It's weird because I feel like I don't know about smurfing, but there's some very sus players that I've been going up against where it's like they have a sixth sense to know exactly where my location is. Even if I'm like crouch walking or hiding in a corner and there's like 3 other teams that are fighting, they know exactly where I am. So I almost feel like there's some wall hacking going on, but I don't know. Maybe that's just me being paranoid because I'm not good at the game anymore. So it just feels weird. It doesn't feel human. Some of the stuff I'm going up against. So we'll just say that.
All right. I still want to get into it. I feel like I'm probably gonna get into it tonight.
Yeah.
Um, do you have a Memorial Day off?
I think I do actually. Yeah, that'll be the next
Yeah,
following Friday or Monday.
Monday. Yeah.
Monday. Yeah, I think I do. I think so.
All right, cool. Maybe we can arrange some rank play on Apex
Yeah.
Sunday night since you're not gonna be working Monday.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what's up. We
All
will
right,
see what's up.
pencil it in.
All right. So, moving on. Well, kind of moving on. This is actually going to take us into the next segment, talking about some tech deals. But there's also been a recent discount on a lot of RTX GPUs, specifically, a lot of NVIDIA cards. There's been some discounts on the AMD side as well. Some of like the more entry level cards, 6600, 6600 XT, 6650. But mostly it's been a lot of NVIDIA cards. And reason being is NVIDIA has officially announced their next lineup of cards, starting with the 4060 series. So we've got the 4060 coming in at 299. We got the 4060 Ti coming in at 399. That drops on the 25th. And then we have a 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte model that is going to debut at 499. So basically, we have every level of GPU dropping from NVIDIA from the 4060 and up now, which I think is helping push the prices down on their last generation cards. So I was having a conversation with Carlos, and it seems like he's maybe semi interested in the 16 gig Ti model.
I think I am, dude. I'm
Mhm.
still like it makes my decision that much harder because I was looking into the 4080s, the white 4080, just because it is 16 gigs VRAM and the color is the one that I want to go into my PC, and I feel like it's just gonna be faster no matter what. But the price was it's like around like 700 because it's white. They add like another like $70 to it. Um, or actually, no, the 4080 I think is more.
Mhm.
But I was willing to, save up and get it. But now that there's a $500 one, 16 gigs, I know it's not going to have the same performance. But when I look at it, I don't really need that much performance because I have a 1440p monitor with 165 hertz. So all I need that to do is just cap out at that 165.
Mhm.
Also, I'm not streaming like every day. I'm not streaming for like 8 9 hours, and I'm not like affiliated, so I don't need to push that much into the like Twitch or whatever.
Mhm.
Um, just doing like small content creation, just doing the podcast and stuff. So I think that $500 mark, I think is very enticing right now, and I think I'm gonna flip a coin and see what it lands on.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, like I know I kind of hate on Nvidia. I feel like out of all the cards that are dropping, I think that is gonna be like the one to get. What's kind of stupid is the way Nvidia is still kind of like toying with the market in terms of price to performance and like VRAM usage and stuff like that. So you've got a 3060 Ti, which is probably about the same performance as like a 3070 Ti from last year. Like great. That's what you want is you always want like those like increments of performance with every new generation. But now we got a 16 gig card. You move up the stack and you have the 4070 for only $100 more. You're getting more performance for $100, but you're getting less VRAM. So it's kind of stupid to me that they're just they're the way they're playing around with the VRAM usage. Like just like stick to something that makes sense. Like I feel like the non TI, I guess arguably could be 8 gigs. Like if you want to make that your entry level card, then fine, 8 gigs. It's going to compete with everything low end under $300. Fine. 3060 Ti, in my opinion, should have been like 10 or 12 gigabytes because you've got a 3060 Ti from the year before that had 12 gigs, or you had a 3060 non that had 12 gigs. Like, why not stick with that? You know, give people value for their purchase and then just like move up the stack. Like, it should be going like 8, 12, 16, and like up. I feel like that's the way it should be. But I feel like they're just still like just screwing with people. Um, which that being said, the 4060 Ti at 16 gigs, I think is probably a great card. It'll be a great performing card. You get a lot of features with it. You get DLS3, you get the AV1 encoder, you get all the bells and whistles that come with NVIDIA. That's great. But then it kind of makes the 3070 sort of, or the 4070 kind of irrelevant, like being at $100 more. Like, who's going to want to buy that card when you get more VRAM? Like, do I want more VRAM, or do I want like, 20 to 30% more like performance um, with all the same like features? It just feels stupid, like pointless to me. And I don't know. I mean, that was a long rant about like my opinion on it, but it's just weird to me how they're playing around with people.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense, especially if somebody just bought a 4070 and then they announced the 4060s. I actually saw a tweet where a lot of people were returning their 4070s because, they're going to save $100 and they're going to get about almost the same, performance or whatever. So you save $100 and those $100 can go to something else, like M.2 or something, just to kind of beef up your system some other way.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
yeah. It's just like crazy to me, like how like manipulative they are with the market. But I mean, they can do that because they have mind share. So either way, I think it's still a great card. I think for people that are like rocking older generations, like you're kind of due for an upgrade. I think that would be like a great upgrade for you. You'll probably see like a really good performance bump for not completely breaking the bank. Um, but I think for people that are on still like last generation, whether it be like a Radeon 6000 or Nvidia 3000 series, I don't really see anything worth being an upgrade until maybe next year, because they're not really doing a whole lot with the performance like gen on gen. They're just adding more features like the AI and DLS3. So I guess if that's your bag, go for it. I just don't think it's really worth it unless you're on a really old platform.
yeah, that's kind of. I feel like this whole situation is just kind of like it got me stuck. Like I was set on getting that 4080, and now I'm really confused.
Yeah. That being
But
said, though, as far as like in my personal opinion, I think the best deal for anybody that wants to get a card, uh, Radeon has a RX 6700 non XT. Um, it's only 10 gigabytes, but you can get it as low as like 259. I saw it as low as like 259, and that's actually like for the type of card that performs very very well. They were saying that basically it's the equivalency of like kind of like what a PS5 has if you like do some tweaking around and stuff. 260 bucks for like that level of GPU is pretty good. So if people are looking to get into it with like decent price to performance, I think that's a good card. But
yeah, especially now that like PS5 is doing 1440p,
mhm.
that's really good.
Yeah, good time to be a PC builder if you're looking to get into it, just like on the like low to mid end. High end, I don't know. I don't know about high end right now. You probably have to like sell your car still, but uh, mid tier GPUs, it's good that prices are coming down. It's just not so fruitful for people looking to get into like the newest of newest things right now. I think the previous gen's probably the best bang for buck. So, got anything else on that, Carlos?
Nope, just confused. That's all.
All right, just confused. Okay, moving on. More tech news. This one popped up very recently in the last few days. Linus from Linus Tech Tips has announced that he is stepping down as CEO for the Linus Media Group. Um, Not like leaving the company or anything like that, just stepping down as CEO, based on the fact that he wants to focus more on content creation type stuff. spend more time with his family, have more quality time, and not be so stressed out in terms of running a company. So that was a new announcement this week.
Yeah, I actually I saw the video like a couple hours after it came out, and I honestly thought it was like clickbait because you know how like YouTubers they put like, oh, I'm done, or I'm leaving, or like I can't do this anymore, with like, you know, like that headache um pose. Yeah, he does a lot of them, dude. Like every other video is just him like with the migraine.
They're just recycling the same image every time.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so he did announce that he's stepping down as CEO, but he also said that he's going to be more involved in videos. I guess like the creation of the videos. So he's not going to leave the videos. He's still going to be the front person in the videos. Honestly, I was thinking he's probably going to be in more videos. And now that he doesn't have to, you know, split his resources, you know, managing a company, I feel like if he's just solely focused on videos, I feel like the videos are going to get that much better. Because his videos are pretty good already. I like his like one of my favorites is like the Intel makeover, where they give you $5,000 and they just let you buy whatever you want. And like I like seeing what a lot of his coworkers buy, what they upgrade, what they, you know, what kind of TVs they get, and just like non-electronic stuff that they buy, they also purchase too. It's a pretty good series that he has, like a good playlist that he has going on. It comes out kind of rarely though. I think he does like one a month or something like that, one every 2 months.
Yeah, and I kind of like that he's going back to focusing mostly on the media side of it, just because that's kind of how I got into watching Linus, is just off his YouTube videos. I have noticed that since he sort of like stepped back and let like his crew do most of the videos, I feel like things have started declining though. Like there was a lot of like criticism about like they would do a review on a graphics card, or they would do a review on a CPU or something, and the data would be incorrect, or they weren't double checking their work. So they were being criticized a lot like recently for some of that stuff. Um, and the Intel thing, like I remember the Intel like extreme builds, but apparently I heard that that stopped somewhere, either because they didn't renew like a contract with Intel, or Intel like dropped them or something. But I don't think they've done a like an Intel like extreme build for a while. And I think it's because something happened with that contract that they weren't able to like follow through, or it just got canceled somewhere. But I know that Linus mentioned he wants to bring some new ideas to the table. He's basically, what he said was he's creating a position for himself at Linus Media Group, which is sort of like the chief editing media specialist or something. Like he made it up. Uh, but it's cool that he's kind of going back to his roots. At least that's what I think it is. So it'll be fun to see what they come up with moving forward.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, like I'm not really like one for change, but I feel like this isn't gonna affect like the YouTube viewers because we're still gonna see him in every video. It's just like what's going on behind the scenes.
Mm.
I think mostly like at the company is gonna get affected. Like I think for us, just as viewers, like nothing's gonna change for us.
Yeah, yeah, true that, true that. I don't have anything else to add on that one. You got anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Cool. Next topic. So it is almost summertime, and during the summertime, we start getting into things like new announcements, new games. You know, like Microsoft, Sony, and all them. They start like making announcements for new stuff. So we do have a Sony State of Play that's coming out, I think, on Wednesday. It's either Wednesday or Thursday. I think it's the 25th. But if people don't know, Sony State of Play is sort of like Sony's um, semi-regular like gaming announcements thing that they do. It's not like big and grand like an E3, or you know, like a Comic Con or anything like that. It's just strictly for like YouTube streaming type stuff, but just to give everybody a sort of preview on things to come. So a lot of people are really hyped up about it. I try not to get really hyped up about it because usually the state of plays only last about 30 minutes long. They'll have like one big announcement, and then it'll be like 18 indie games that they preview that we don't care about. But people have some speculation of some of the upcoming stuff that they might be looking forward to. Examples being maybe Last of Us multiplayer announcements, Spider-Man 2, Ghost of Tsushima. People have been teasing a Metal Gear Solid remake for like I swear like 5 or 6 years now, and it just never comes through. But um, I haven't really heard anything concrete yet in terms of what they could be announcing for this state of play. I don't know if you've heard anything.
I have not. I do know that there was coming out. I saw like a tweet about it. Usually like by the time I wake up in the morning, like around like 11:30, 12, and I'll go like to my daily like YouTube sesh. Usually, because last time this happened, Sony will have like a upcoming, live, and then it'll have the time, and then when the time comes, I'll watch it. Um, but I think I would be excited for like the Last of Us multiplayer.
Mhm.
Finally getting into that. I know we talked about that in another episode. The Metal Gear remake, I think that one's up your alley. I kind of gave up on that series from the one game that I played.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Uh,
A lot of it are sequels though, from what everybody's excited about. Like Spider-Man 2, people they've been waiting on Spider-Man 2. Same company, Insomniac Games, have been developing a Wolverine game. Uh, it's basically going to be like a R-rated Wolverine game, which would be kind of cool to like shred dudes up. But I've kind of learned to be disappointed in all the PlayStation State of Plays. I think the last State of Play they did, the big announcement was the new Final Fantasy game, which is fine. I mean, I'm not really a fan of it anymore. My cousins are fans. I used to be a fan, but that was like the one big announcement they did. It was Final Fantasy, and it's just like a bunch of indie games. So I think I'm just gonna temper my expectations for this one and just know that what I want them to reveal, they probably won't, which is okay.
yeah, I think the last big one for me was God of War Ragnarok. I was excited for the game, and then I got into the game, and I haven't played it in like 2 months, dude. Like I think I put like 14 hours into it, and dude, I wanted to love that game like I did the first one, and I can't get into it, man. Like the story is boring, the fighting is boring.
Yeah,
It's
kind
just
of the same combat. It feels like the exact same combat. So yeah, they didn't. I don't know. I'm not gonna hate on the game. I still think it's good. I think maybe I'm just not in the right mindset to play it yet. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, that too. But also, okay, so you know how at the end of the previous God of War, like he has all of his armor, he has all his weapons, like you have all your stuff like maxed out. And then you go into the next game and it doesn't explain how he ended up at level 0 again,
Uh huh.
because they do that in the other games, like the original God of War PlayStation games. At the end of the game, you're all souped up, and then at the beginning of the next game, it shows him getting stripped of all his stuff and starting over again.
Yeah.
I even though it would have been like repetitive, I kind of would have wanted that just to know where all my stuff went.
Yeah, it would have been cool to have like a reason for him like starting out with scratch. Like even especially if you played the first God of War, I feel like we're at a point now where if you played a game and there's a sequel, I think you should be rewarded for grinding that first game. Like we platinum that game. It would have been cool to have something carry over. Like even if it's the armor, like carry over the armor. You don't have to be super OP, but just have something that you can bring with you from the first game as sort of like, hey, like thanks for playing the first one. Thanks for grinding it. Like this is our thank you. I feel like that should be kind of a common thing nowadays.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I mean, you do still have like the sword chain one. Because I know
Blades
in
of
the first,
Chaos.
yeah, so I know in the first one you had to unlock them, and then on this one you do still have them. But I mean, they're still level 0 when you start. So
And you don't even have combos anymore.
yeah,
You gotta relearn all the same combos again that you already had in
yeah,
the first game.
yeah, and
So
basically unlock them. So
yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'll give it a shot again. I mean, I just every weekend that I have time to game, it's like if I got like a few hours of game, I'm like, should I play God of War? And I think about it, and then I end up doing something else, like raging at Apex or downloading a racing game on my Switch, which I did actually like this morning. I downloaded Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit, and Burnout Paradise on the Switch because they were on sale. So I got racing games on it now instead
Nice.
of playing God of War.
Dude, I haven't played a racing game since I think like Need for Speed like on my PSP. That's how
No,
long
I
it's
know
been.
we talked about that on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like a lot of the games that I liked when I was younger, like I just have no interest in now.
Yeah.
Um which kind of goes into our next one. So Street Fighter 6 has an open beta all the way up until June 2nd, which the game actually releases.
Mm.
Um I do want to play the beta just to kind of get that nostalgia out of my system. But from what I've seen, it kind of looks like I wouldn't say open world, but like a hub, I would say, kind of like in a city to where you can kind of like walk around and see where your next battle is going to be and stuff like that, which is a huge change because I think this is the first time they've done that.
Yeah.
Um but yeah, I mean, as much as I want to be excited for this game, I'm kind of not. Like I'm not excited for like Street Fighter or like any racing games or
Mm.
just I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older and I feel like I'm outgrowing these games or they just I don't feel like they're gonna be as good or like I just think about the good times that I had playing, like the ones on like Super Nintendo and stuff like that. And like those games are really good. And then you get into this and the graphics are different and like you have to learn combos and stuff like that. It's just I feel like the game's kind of getting away from me.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't think I've been excited about a Street Fighter since maybe 4, like when Street Fighter 4 first came out. I remember getting it on the Xbox 360, and I actually grinded that game a lot. I like Street Fighter 4. I don't feel like 4, 5, and now 6 has really done enough to keep me excited about it. Um, I think what I like the most about Street Fighter is actually like the story of each character. Like they had some anime movies that revolved around Street Fighter that were really badass, and I think I like that more than the actual video games themselves because I still think I can go back and play the old school Street Fighter 2 and still enjoy that because it still feels the same mechanically. It doesn't feel that much different from even like the really new stuff. I think the only thing that's really new other than obviously the graphics is just they've added a few elements to the fighting system, doing things like parries and combo cancellations. At the core, it's still the same as Street Fighter, which I think is fine, but it's kind of like what you said. It feels sort of like it doesn't really feel really fresh or exciting for me. Um, and I think that what sucks about fighting games now is they were fun when it was in the arcades. Like when you went and like plugged your quarters into a machine and played it, like that to me was like peak fighting games. Like you wanted to play them in the arcades. And now that it's pretty much just console based, to me it just doesn't have the same magic anymore.
Yeah, totally understand. But I'm sure there's gonna be people that are, diehard fans of it. I know Julio really likes Street Fighter. Um, and I think I had asked him, I played with him a couple days ago on Warzone, and he was saying that the demo doesn't have multiplayer on it. So I feel like that would have been cool if the demo had multiplayer. So you can kind
Mhm.
of get a taste of it. Maybe they could have fine tuned it right now before the game comes out, so hopefully when the game comes out there's not like ranking problems or like it's just stuff like that, just trying to get all the bugs out in beta before the game comes out because we've been having a lot of problems with games releasing and they need patches on day one, but not even just for environmental stuff. It's just because the game's fucking broken.
Yeah, I remember my biggest headache when I was playing Street Fighter 4 online was just how bad the lag would be sometimes. Like you want every fighting game to be as balanced as possible, especially if it's online and if you've got lag. I think that's really going to turn a lot of people off. So hopefully, if there is going to be a multiplayer, Um, it feels smooth, like and balanced, I guess. I think it's easy for people to exploit like the online stuff once you got lagged because then like it's kind of no point.
Yeah, that lag switch is OP.
Yeah. Otherwise, if all fails in this Street Fighter, uh, they can take the same approach that this next fighting game is doing, which is completely rebooting the franchise. Which brings us to our next topic, which is Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 1 officially announced uh, with a complete reboot. And we're not just talking about like new mechanics, new fighting system. We're talking about story and everything. Everything that you grew up on, knowing everything about the lore and the character backstories is changing. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
So that's kind of new news for me, but like judging on how I feel about it right now, I kind of feel like that's a good thing. I feel like because the game has been out for what, like 30 years almost.
Well,
Um,
we left off on Mortal Kombat 11, and even since then, there's been like tons of like other Street Fighter games. I think in total, we probably got like 14 or 15 Street Fighter games, or not. I'm sorry, not Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat games. So I guess it was time. I guess it's due. It's just interesting. I don't know enough about what they're doing with each character's backstory. But the trailer, they did have like the CGI trailer that was announced that brings a lot of light to certain key characters that are going to be in the game.
yeah. I'm kind of for it, man. Like I think a reboot for a game that's been out for 30 years, I feel like it's a good thing. I it might have gotten stale, but I don't know how stale it would have gotten because even in the last one, they're introducing um, not new characters, but like guest characters. So I know
Hmm.
they had like the Terminator, um, like other characters like that that aren't actually in Mortal Kombat, but just cool players to play as.
Yeah, they were definitely getting a little out there with some of their little cameos. Basically, like they came out with technically it wasn't even called Mortal Kombat 9. It was just more. It was just called Mortal Kombat, and that's when they like introduced like the new like bone breaking system is like that X-ray system. And then you had basically that, and then you had 10, and then you had 11. All three of those were basically kind of the same, except for it was, generation over generation upgrades, console wise and stuff, which I thought the combat was cool. I thought there was a lot to get out of it. I remember the storyline from the ninth Mortal Kombat actually being really good because you could play basically like a whole campaign, and you like switch to different characters throughout, and you just got a lot of backstory on the stuff that was going on. I thought that was really cool. So I kind of hope they stick with that. I think the only thing that will get me to play a fighting game at this point is if they add some kind of like story, like cinematic aspect to it. If it's just like picking a fighter, like playing through like a tower system, like it was in the old school arcades, it's probably not going to hold my attention. But it looks like they're, especially because it's like partly owned by Warner Brothers now. It looks like they're really going all in the cinematic storytelling aspects of Mortal Kombat. So might be pretty cool. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see when it comes out if they announce more information about it. But I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. I'll definitely check out gameplay on it. I probably won't buy it, but um, so they also announced that they're coming out with a pre-order for like the ultimate collector's item. It's $250 at GameStop, and it's for the PS5 and the Xbox. But dude, $250 is a lot of money. So as soon as they announced it, they had a link for it to go to GameStop to see what's inside of it. And so obviously they have the game, and then they have a figure of I can't remember his name. So they also have a figure, and then they have skins, like characters, like playable characters that you can unlock, and that's pretty much it. And they have like a steel case, but I'm thinking like all of that, just the physical stuff that you get is the steel case, the figure, and the game for $250. I feel like
Yeah.
that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm seeing like a Liu Kang, basically like a Liu Kang statue. It's like a 16-inch statue. Um, some like character skins. I thought this was actually kind of dope, but they're bringing a character skin for Johnny Cage. It's gonna be Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's actually kind of badass because I grew up watching Van Damme movies, and I know that Johnny Cage was always sort of like an inspiration behind it. So I think that's cool that they're paying homage to that. Uh, exclusive art prints, Shang Tsung beta access. So yeah, like a lot of just digital stuff besides like the statue. I don't know if the statue is gonna be worth like $200 though, just by looking at it. It looks cool, but it's like I don't know, man. Like it was cool when we were younger, getting all the collector's edition things, but now it's like, where do we put that shit? Like we don't have anywhere to put all of our stuff, you know. So I mean, it is what it is. I know people will buy it. I don't doubt that.
Yeah,
Good for them.
I feel like if I were to buy it, I just wouldn't open it because I
Mhm.
feel like the resale value on it is going to be way higher in the future. And then if you do open it, it's like you're going to lose all that digital content unless you keep it, unless it's like a scratcher or something. I don't know how that would work.
Dude, I did that once too when Doom came out, the reboot of Doom like 5 years ago. I was actually at GameStop and they had Doom, the special edition Doom for the Xbox One, and it came with a statue of I think it was called the Revenant, which was basically just like a zombie skeleton like dude that has a rocket pack strapped to him. Um, I don't know why I bought it. Like I bought it and then I literally like stared at it for like 2 hours. And then I was like, "No, this is stupid. I'm gonna return this." 'Cause it's like $100. I'm like, "I didn't need to spend $100 on this. This is dumb." So, I don't know. Maybe it's just our age. Like, we don't feel like we'd rather save our money on things that we want to spend it on and put it toward bills, like house payments and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
It's just
definitely true.
yeah. But all right, man. So that's all on Mortal Kombat until more news comes up. Anything more you want to say on that, Carlos?
Nah, just I don't know. Just be careful on your pre-orders. Not really be careful, but
Yeah.
just think about it.
Don't pre-order anymore.
Yeah, weigh your
Not
options.
now. Okay, so got a little bit of time. We're going to talk about one more topic. We're going to call this the box office winners and losers. So, few movies dropped over the last week or so. Fast X came out. Mostly mixed reviews from the tomatoes, but it looks like the user scores or the audience score is actually pretty high. It's up in the 80s. We got Indiana Jones that got a screening and an early release, and it looks like it's not doing very good according to one source. IGN gave it like a 4 out of 10, which take that with a grain of salt. IGN's kind of weird with their reviewing. We had White Men Can't Jump come out on Hulu. Haven't heard much about that one. And then we have Mother that came out on Netflix recently, which stars Jennifer Lopez as a badass secret spy agent chick that beats people up. So thoughts on all those, Carlos? Fast X.
So Fast X, we were gonna watch it today, but we decided not to. I think we're gonna wait till next weekend.
Okay.
Um, as far as like spoilers, dude, like I've been seeing a lot of spoilers on like the social, so just a little warning out there. Just be careful.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful because it's not even just like spoilers. Like people were putting out stuff even before even before the movie came out. Making like fake trailers and photoshopping scenes into like the new movie. So if you guys don't want to be spoiled, just stay off of social media, YouTube, all that stuff that revolves around the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't. Yeah,
What you can also do is put like a mute into your Twitter and stuff like that. Mute out the words so it doesn't come up on your feed. That's what I did with Taylor Swift, so I never have to see her face or anything about her on Twitter. So my sister-in-law, Maria, shout out Maria, she actually went on Instagram and said that the movie was a 10 out of 10. So um so she says it's good. I still want to see it. I was telling the wifey if she wanted to watch Fast 9, and she's like, and she was kind of explaining that it doesn't really matter from like because we watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and she has never watched the first or second one, but she still enjoyed it. So
That's
yeah,
cool. That's
yeah.
cool.
So she's not really the I have to watch all of them before I watch this current movie type of
Mhm.
person.
Yeah, also have not seen Fast X. Obviously, we're gonna have to watch it if we want to conclude our thoughts on the entire Fast franchise. So that will be in the plans. Other than that, Indiana Jones. I personally am not surprised that that kind of reviewed at low scores. I was hopeful it would be a lot better, but it's just kind of sad at this point. But that's just one review that I've heard so far. So I'm sure that when the movie comes out, everyone will have a different opinion.
Yeah, well, I think IGN gave, like you said, it gave it a 4, but they also gave Fast X a 4 also. I think, if I remember correctly.
Maybe they just hate movies.
I don't know, dude. They hate everything because they either
Maybe
they give it a
they just
7 or
hate
they give it a 10. Like, there's no in
it.
between. So if they give it
Yeah,
a 4, I guess they really hated it.
yeah. I mean, we'll just wait and see. Supposedly like Steven Spielberg actually went and saw the pre-screening for Indiana Jones, and he said he enjoyed it. And he kind of created Indiana Jones along with George Lucas. So I guess I tried to base it off the user scores. User scores are kind of weird, but I definitely don't really pay much attention to the critic scores as much as I used to. So don't let this podcast or early reviews sway you from watching Indiana Jones in all of its Harrison Ford glory. Still go watch the movie, formulate your own opinion.
Yeah, there are
Yeah.
like YouTubers that I watch that have like really good opinions on it. Chris Stuckman and Jeremy Johns. They usually have really good opinions, and they're not biased on either. Like, they're not pro or like against any movie. They just, they come on here and they give their honest opinion. So, if you want like legit reviews on movies, you can check them out.
Yeah, and supposedly, didn't talk about this, but we also have the new Flash movie on the horizon, and there's been kind of like speculation that like high profile celebrities are being paid to say nice things about the movie. So Stephen King tweeted something about it being a good movie, which is like weird because Stephen King doesn't do stuff like that. Tom Cruise tweeted something about the movie being good. Another person of some kind of high profile said that like, oh yeah, like these guys are right. This was a great movie, and it cements Michael Keaton as the best Batman. So I don't know. I don't know if they're real or if people are being paid to say things about the new Flash movie. I'm still gonna watch it because I like Michael Keaton as Batman, but a lot of weird stuff going on out there. So
Yeah, definitely. You said there was another. Oh, Mother. We talked about Mother.
yeah, Mother on Netflix. Talk to us about that.
So yeah, so I'm not gonna watch the movie. Jennifer Lopez is basically like the female Rock. I'm just tired of seeing her, tired of anything that has to do with her. But I did see a clip on Twitter that I think Netflix had put out, and it was her basically on a like motorcycle or like a scooter. I don't know what it was, but she's kind of going down these stairs, and there was like 100 cutscenes in this like 30-second clip of her going down the stairs. And like I had tweeted, I was just like, why is there so many cuts? This looks horrible. Like, you can tell that she's a like a stunt double. Like, the only time you see her face is when she's trying to do a reaction when the bike is like stopped. And she's like kind of looking around or telling like the kids to get out of the way, like it's her, and then you like it cuts to her going down the stairs, and you can tell it's not her. Because obviously they don't have that much money for the insurance money for that,
Dang.
but
You're gonna
yeah.
have to post that. You're gonna have to post that on the YouTube, just like portions of that, because I saw the tweet and I watched it and I was just like it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Like I'm not really keen or mindful when it comes to like proper editing. Most of the time I just kind of watch it and just let it absorb. But there was definitely something very off about the way that was filmed because I could not like get engaged in each scene because by the time it took me to understand what was happening, it would cut to a different thing and then it would cut to a different thing. So yeah, That's too bad. But I didn't really like think much of the movie when it was announced, anyways. So good job, Netflix. Good one.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. But yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of it, man. I don't really have anything else to add. Do you have anything else to add, Carlos?
Yeah, just a little announcement. So I did go to the eye doctors on Friday, and they announced that not announced, but they told me that I have astigmatism.
They announced.
Yeah, they had a press conference after and everything.
That's not a
um,
violation.
but yeah, so you know, like when you go in there and you sit down, and they kind of put like that big old thing like in front of your face, and they kind of like switch like lenses and stuff.
Yeah.
So so my left eye, I guess is like my non-dominant eye. So it's sometimes it's like really blurry if I'm just looking out of that one eye. So at the time that's what I was doing, and she was telling me to like read, like letters on the screen, and I couldn't read anything. And I was just like, yeah, like it doesn't look blurry, but it looks like double vision, like it doesn't line up like it's supposed to.
Mhm.
So she goes, okay. And then she like puts this lens up. And dude, like I have never seen that clear in my life from this eye. It was like perfect 20/20 vision, like in one eye. And I was just like, oh my God, like you know that part like in Ratatouille where the taste tester goes in and like he gets all these memories coming back to him of like his childhood when he was like a happy. And I had that moment because it was like I can see.
What the
So
hell, dude? You just need glasses, bro. That's
yeah,
all.
yeah. So I need
You just
glasses.
been not. You've just never like worn glasses before, and it's finally catching up to you.
Yeah, so she did like fit me with like this like prototype glasses just like to switch out the lenses to see what's good.
Mhm.
And like honestly, it did feel weird because it's not like, and I've never worn glasses in my life, so this is why it's weird to me, but like the whole like your whole vision isn't clear. It's mostly just like the very middle of the glasses, the very front. So if you have to focus on what you want to be clear, so like you can't just like look around like that. You kind of have to like look at one thing. And it was kind of weird for me, but so yeah, so I'm looking into getting some glasses. I always like the ones that turn like dark, like the like in the sun where they kind of
Oh,
have
the
like,
transition. Yeah, transition
yeah,
lenses.
so I like those. I'm gonna look into those ones.
I thought you would be more along the lines of wanting to get contacts, if anything, because you got like your Ray Bans and your Oakleys and shit. So
I might.
if you start wearing glasses, you're not gonna be able to use your sunglasses anymore.
Yeah, that's one thing. Well, I mean, if I do get the transitions, then I can just wear those. But
Yeah, that's
like, I
true.
don't need it. Like, I feel like I can see. Like I don't need it to read or anything. It's just I don't know. I guess it's just to have better vision, and I'm probably gonna have to use them while driving because I'm
So
gonna have
it
to wear them.
begins.
And I have to wear them when I get my when I renew my driver's license. So
What was your tweet initially when you just like found out I have astigmatism and you're like my ass is never leaving the house
yeah, I'm never leaving the house again with my egg shaped ass
with
eyes.
your egg shaped eyes. I'm like, bro, it's not that bad. I swear. I swear. I take it from somebody that has astigmatism. But yeah, I've been wearing glasses for like 15 years now, almost 20 years, bro. It sucks. It sucks. Uh, congrats to joining the glasses club. we'll
Yeah,
see how we'll
thank
see how
you.
it goes. Your ranked mode in Apex will get better.
Maybe
Who
I'll
knows
get
what you're missing out on?
that extra 10 FPS or something.
It's gonna be like 8K. You'd be looking at the screen in 8K. Yeah,
Yeah.
no announcements for me. I am gonna say that this is kind of off subject, but I'm gonna be watching American Idol tonight, which I don't normally do. But there is a performer on there. His name's Ian Tongi that I've been following, and he's a cool dude. So
Is he the
that's my
Hawaiian dude?
plan. He's the big Hawaiian dude. So he's cool. I like him. So that's the only thing that has got me watching American Idol. So I'll be putting in my votes tonight on American Idol tonight. So those are
That's
my plans for the
that's
weekend.
crazy. I actually haven't watched American Idol since there were two hosts. It was like Ryan Seacrest and some other dude.
Yeah, I still remember Kelly Clarkson as being like one of the winners. I don't know. I honestly don't even know who's won since then. That and Clay Aiken because Michelle loves Clay Aiken to death, so yeah, she always talks about him. I honestly, dude, I haven't watched it, but we've been watching the new season with Ian Tongi, so hope he wins. That's all I care about right now in terms of American Idol.
All right, all right. Yeah, you can update us on that next week.
Sure, I'll give you the winner. I'll give you the winner announcement on the next podcast.
Sounds good.
All right, all right. That's all I got, man. You can take us out, Carlos, if you're ready.
All right. So just a little other announcement. So on YouTube, we got 50 subscribers, so we're halfway there to our giveaway goal. We are trying to do a giveaway. I think we're trying to do like a gift card for like Amazon or something like that.
Yeah, we can do a gift card. Michelle was even suggesting we could do like a keyboard. We can give away like a keyboard or something. So like I'd even be down for that. Just like a cool like RGB gaming keyboard if that's what people want. Leave some comments. Let us know what you want. Otherwise, you might just get an Amazon gift card, which
Yeah,
everybody likes Amazon.
yeah, we'll see. So in order for us to like actually pick a winner, your profile has to be public because if it's private, I can't see you. So make sure it's public. I think we're gonna find like a website that we can do like where you can like enter your name or something like that. So that way we're not picking the profile that like nobody's used in like 6 years or something like that.
Yeah, and I mean we're talking like 100. Like we're at 50 right now, which we all always of course appreciate. But at 100, there'll be a lot more to choose from. So we'll figure out how we do the selection process if we ever get to 100 subscribers.
Yep. So be sure to subscribe, like the video, and we'll have future plans on how to enter for the giveaway.
Yes.
So with that, my name is Carlos. His name is Sean, and you guys are tuned in to the Bro Tech Gaming Podcast. And we'll see you guys next week for a fresh ass episode.
See you guys next week. Thank you.
Peace out.
Bye.